Oh. Okay, now we are international again, so we are not just in the UK. We are live in Houston, Texas as well. Yes, we are all over the country. Actually, we've got Scotland with Rod up there. We've got the West Country. We've got Bristol area. We've got down this way. Oh, we've now got the Reading area. So there's everybody. So it's lovely to see you all. And it was a bit of a spontaneous decision this morning. I thought to myself, I know that there is training on how to do the presentation, but I have very much learned with doing it so many times that actually we all learn by repetition, and the presentation has evolved again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through it, okay? And I'm going to show you, I'm going to say to you, look, most of it I read straight off the screen. And please don't think that I don't do that, because I do. And there's a good reason that I do it. And here's a top tip. If you go too far away from the screen and what is on there, you are not duplicatable.
Yeah.
It needs to be that everybody can do it. And that's the reason for it. And that's why we do what we do. Okay. And also there is another reason. When you're presenting to someone, especially when it's via Zoom, okay, as opposed to face to face, what happens is the people are looking at the screen, and if you stray too far away from what's written, their brain can't function. People have got very limited capability, believe it or not. And the more you're in this business, the more you realize they have limited capability. And it's about them seeing and hearing the same thing actually makes it sink in easier. Okay. And you'll realize that when I say that, I don't say that with any I'm not being condescending. It's the fact that even by the end of the presentation, and then you've done a comparison, do you know what happens? They forget nearly everything you've told them, because you end up getting loads of questions, and they keep coming in, don't they, on WhatsApp afterwards. They're almost, they stream through, don't they? They've forgotten everything you said. So there we are. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, guys. And one I prepared earlier. And here it is. Here's our wonderful presentation. And I've got all these links set in to my history, so I can just click on it at a moment's notice. I've also got other things at the ready in my armory, which I use. So I'm going to do this at breakneck speed. All right. And I'm just going to focus on one person, and she's in there and I can see her, and that's Val. And Val's on silent, that's fine. But the reason is that I can see her in my list. All right. So Val is so-called my prospect at this moment. So lovely to see you both, Val and Steve. I know that Kathy recommended you to see this. She's been a customer for years. She absolutely loves it, and that's why she thought you might love it too. So let me show you what's going on. Now, Val, I have to point out, I could actually recite this in my sleep. I know it that well. But the only thing is, the company requires me to be very compliant. And I have to show you this because they don't want you further down the line, that if you take up on it, that you then say to them, well, she never told me about this and she didn't tell me about that. So that's why I show you everything, if that's okay with you. And some of it will be for you and some of it won't be for you. And that's fine too. But please bear in mind while you're watching, actually, some of it may be for somebody that you know. You may have a grandson that wants to earn some extra money, and that's good too. And now you've seen it for them. Okay, so it says UW, Utility Warehouse, here to help you save time and money, as well as earn an extra income. Can I ask you both, first of all, prior to Kathy, had you ever heard of UW?
No.
No.
Do you know that's perfectly normal? That's because they don't do TV, radio, newspapers, magazines, outbound calling, junk mail, all that kind of stuff. They work through this word of mouth recommendation. Let's be honest, if we wanted to find a good plumber, I don't think we'd go like that in the Yellow Pages. What we would do is ask a family member or friend, could they recommend someone that's going to come into your home, is going to do a good job and not rip you off? Is that not true?
Yeah.
Yeah. This works exactly the same way. And in fact, I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to bring it into the share. And it's quite interesting, this. It's total yearly spend on marketing. You probably recognise these companies. They're household names.
Mm.
This is, look at that, Sky, nearly 200 million a year. What a lot of money. We all know who pays for this, don't we?
Yep.
Customers. Yes. And does that advertising benefit you? No. So actually, what a good idea, actually, not like Utility Warehouse, to waste customers' money on stuff that doesn't actually help them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that away, and I'm now going to bring back to where I was. Okay. So now I know exactly that you've never heard of them before. So this is good that you're saying this. So they're a British success story, doing things differently since 1996. That's a lot of years. It's over 26.
Mm.
UK's only genuine multi-service provider. I'm just going to give some meat on the bones there. First of all, that covers energy. It covers telephony, like broadband, mobile broadband, non-geographic numbers for business, and it covers a raft of insurances, and we'll go into that later. That will give you confidence that unlike a lot of energy companies we've seen going to the wall, Utility Warehouse won't be, because they've got multiple streams of revenue. And they've also got a fantastic wholesale agreement that was signed up and is till 2033. So that can give us confidence we're not going to see a company go bust. They're listed on the London Stock Exchange. They're actually in the top 300 companies in the UK. How amazing is that? Award-winning UK-based customer service. Take a look at that glass building. It's huge. It's a landmark building. It houses over 2,000 staff. And do you know what customers feed back to me? They love the fact that when they ring up, generally speaking, the phone is answered by a real human being that they can understand, and it's answered in under half a minute. It's a little bit different at the moment because they've got a lot of calls coming in about the price hikes going on, like many companies. So they've got over 70 awards and counting in the last decade alone, and we'll elaborate on that in a moment. They're helping in excess of 650,000 homes save time and money. And this is what tends to matter to most people: reducing your monthly bills, excellent customer service, helping to protect the environment and earn an additional income. I'll ask Steve, first of all. Steve, if you rejuggled those in order of importance, the first being the most important to you, what is most important to you out of those?
Excellent customer service.
May I ask you why?
Well, if you don't get customer service, you know, I don't want to spend sort of 3 or 4 hours on the phone trying to get a result, get an answer to my question. I want something so you can ring up and you can get an answer, you know, because my time's important.
Thank you.
So I want to get quickly.
I totally agree with you. I absolutely do. We all want value. That's a given, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we want great customer service too. Fantastic. Val, what about you? What's most important to you?
Actually, I would say reducing my monthly bills, but I'm with Steve on the customer service. I'm not one that wants, if I have to phone up a company and I'm sitting there looking on my phone and it's gone over 5 minutes, I'd rather put the phone down and try again, because I'm not sitting there and wasting my time on the phone.
Yeah.
Very, very true. I absolutely agree. Now, look, by contrast, most people experience this: multiple suppliers and unexpected price hikes. Not good. But UW is different. Yeah. Now, for the sake, folks, of this and time, we've all watched Joanna Lumley. But what I do is I preface this and I'll say, right, now Joanna Lumley is actually a personal friend to our chairman. And about 6 years ago, she decided she quite liked the idea of becoming our ambassador because she liked the ethics and the way the company worked. So I'm going to show you a very short video, and then afterwards I'll ask you, what do you like best of all the benefits she speaks of? So Val, what did you like best of any benefit that she talked about?
That card sounds quite good. I like the idea when I go shopping and I get money off my bill. That's a very unique idea.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to go into some detail with that. Okay. In fact, if I may, I'm going to bring it to life and I'm going to show you a real bill. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's good.
I really believe the proof is in the eating. So let's bring up my latest bill, which hopefully will come on the screen. Okay. So look, let's explain this. And I'm going to talk about that fantastic money we get back from everyday spending. So the bill comes out at the end of the first week in the month. We know 3 weeks later at the end of the month what's coming out by direct debit. So we've got absolute knowledge and control. Now, because I live in the countryside, I have no gas, I'm off mains. So that's electric, mobile, fibre broadband and phone. That's buildings and contents insurance and boiler cover and home care. So 6 services. How amazing, only £147. But look at this, everyday spending, £50.59. Now that means ridiculously, I'm laughing when it comes out, £97 for all those services. How astonishing is that? Can I ask you both, would you like your everyday spending to reduce your bills as well?
Certainly would.
Okay, let's show you a bit of detail with the bill. So it comes out by email. We can go on the internet and see it as well. Now here's my electric, and I'll just point something out that's really good. I pay budget plan, which is a set amount through the year, spreading the cost of my usage, yeah? And although we are February, please note, I'm actually in credit. So the budget amount of 45 has been set spot on. I'm not accruing a debt. So it's not like they've set it and secretly I owe them a load of money. All right, so that's really good. Then, thank you ever so much. Oh, isn't it good? I get a cup of tea. And then this is the mobile, right? This is my other half's mobile. He's got 5 gig, unlimited minutes, unlimited text, perfect for his needs. Okay, and my broadband. Now that's line rental and the fibre, and I get a gold benefit discount. Have done since I can't even remember when, and that's because I've got mobile, energy, and broadband. Now, please take a look at the price. It's really good, but you're about to see it's actually going to get better for customers like yourself. All right, and here we are, boiler cover. Do you know what? About 5 years ago, I left British Gas finally when they brought this in. I used to pay £32 a month. This has never gone up. And now I've got more cover for 18. What an easy switch. Why wouldn't you want to? And then home insurance, that's buildings and contents. Again, I've got more cover than I used to have with LV. And again, I'm saving about 1/3 a year. I'm absolutely over the moon. And I'm actually, I've got a lot of things on high risk because I'm a collector of Ronnie Wood art. And that's why it's a little bit higher than most people's would be. All right. Now, here we are. This is the bit I love. Oh, cash back. So look, now all is revealed how Lisa spends her money. So TN Limited is TN Thai. It's a one-off beautiful restaurant in Broadstone. Really recommend it. Because it's a little one-off business, we get 1%. Then, I bought a online exercise program through Facebook called Figure of 8. I've yet to see the results. Okay. And then there's things like Waitrose and Tesco's and Sainsbury's, a B&Q and Just Park is pay and display car parks. Oh, I bought my grandson his shoes at Clark's, 5% back. Now look at all these amounts. 3p, 11p, 12p, 61p, 69p. Look, you can see for yourself all these amounts through the months, they add up. What happens? Hey, presto, they come off your bill. So actually, what it's done this month, it's eliminated the cost of my electric and it's nearly eliminated a bit of the mobile. How good is that? You can see why. I think you can see I'm pretty passionate about this. I think it's rather good, don't I? Yeah. So award winning year in, year out. Now, look, of course, I'm going to say it's good. I've had it for 19 years. My mum and dad, my family, my friends, my accountant, my solicitor, my doctor, my GP, my hairdresser, all uses this. I believe it's brilliant. But independently, over 70 awards and counting in the last decade. Independent endorsements have included Which, Uswitch, Moneywise, De facto, Moneyfacts, to name but a few. Can I ask you both, have you ever heard of the independent consumer organisation, Which?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of us have. Wonderful. They've been saying for the last 15 years, best energy, last 10 years, best broadband, last 3 years, best mobile. The only problem I've got with these particular companies is you have to pay a subscription to find out what you want to know. Now, what I prepared earlier, I've got up something on my screen called Trustpilot. Have you heard of Trustpilot?
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Anybody can look. So look, don't laugh, but what I prepared earlier, let's have a look at broadband, for example, with BT. Oh dear, not terribly good. Poor man's BT is PlusNet. Sky, Virgin,
Oh dear.
Vodafone, EE, O2. And then look at the remark. This is astonishing. Look at Utility Warehouse. Now, what I want you to understand is, I know this is good because I'm using it, and it's why I recommend it. But independently, as a partner, this gives me confidence because, you know, over 19,000 reviews of people saying it's good. And that means as a partner, I can impartially say, look, other people think the same thing. Yeah.
Good idea.
So here's a good thing. Everybody saves with UW. We'll guarantee you'll pay less with us than your current suppliers. Switch your energy, broadband, mobile to UW. And if you don't save just by switching, simply send in your previous supplier's bills, and any price increase notifications will then review and apply credits to your bills to make sure you save in your first year. How about that? I call that the insurance policy. In fact, there is no way you won't save money. Would you like that kind of guarantee?
Certainly would.
Yes. Yeah.
So now, if that's not all, the fact is everybody's in a contract these days. Please note now, heightened awareness of what I'm about to say. Okay, everyone's in a contract. But what Utility Warehouse do, they help you to stop paying more sooner. So you can leave that contract before it expires, and now you're going to pay less. They're going to pay that off for you. How good is that? Up to £200 across any services. And then they guarantee everybody saves. And then they're also going to give you complete satisfaction, because if you've in your first 30 days, if you aren't totally satisfied, do you know what? You can go back, pay more, and they'll not charge you for the pleasure. All right. So we've already introduced my bill because I believe the proof is in the eating, and I've shown you a real one. Our green initiatives are helping the environment too. Hey, we can supply 100% renewably sourced electricity. Really good. The only company that has its own engineers that install free second generation smart meters. And they give you £50 to boot. Did you know that Bulb charge their customers £100 a time to actually have a smart meter installed? And we do it for free and give you £50 credit on your bill. And then if that's not enough, they're going to plant a tree for every new customer in your name. Val, I promise you, it won't be in your back garden. It's in a woodland forest called Brynor in the Brecon Beacons, and it's growing every day with all these new customers coming on. We're helping the environment big time. And one of the best UK mobile deals. Enjoy unlimited data, calls, texts with UW's unlimited SIM for only £18 a month, and then get up to 3 extra SIMs for £12 each. Or you can choose the value SIM for a low cost everyday plan. So they've given an example here. There we are. 2 unlimited data, text, minute SIMs, just £30 a month. Absolutely astonishing value.
Mhm.
And here it is. Ah, how wonderful, you lucky people. You're not going to be paying what I've been paying. It's coming down. So now broadband without the hike, starting from just £21.60, choose a plan with no mid-contract price rises guaranteed. Do you know that BT, PlusNet, Virgin, Sky have all announced their prices are going up, even if people are a mid-contract? Utility Warehouse guarantees that will never happen. So get the fastest speed available to your home, whether that's fibre, which is 3 times faster than standard broadband, or full fibre, which is 12 times faster. And then also you can boost the signal throughout your home with these astonishing state-of-the-art Amazon Eero devices. It bounces it around. I say it reaches the parts other beers don't reach.
Yeah.
And we've got it covered. I've explained about home insurance and boiler cover. There we are. And they've now brought in 2 more very, very helpful things. We offer bill protector and income protector to give you peace of mind in the event if you're not able to work through no fault of your own. Award-winning cover without the worry of price hikes year after year. So there we are. Now look, do you recognise these leading retailers?
Oh, yes, just a few.
Right. Well, they're on average going to give you 5 to 7%. There is over 2,500 retailers online that will give you up to 20%. And everywhere else, 1%. And switch your energy, broadband and mobile to UW and you'll get £50 credit when you first top up your card. So they're actually going to put £50 in the account. How good is that?
Good idea.
So actually, if you think about it, £50 for having smart meters and £50 there, there's £100 straight away.
Yeah.
Very good.
Now look, it goes without saying that if you become customers and you're happy bunnies like Kathy did for you, you're going to go on and refer this to other people. And basically, when they take the services, you can get up to £50 for every time you recommend someone to me, and I promise to treat them with the same courteous and manners as yourself, and you'll get £50 a time. My parents love this. Okay. So who else can we help? So Val, just think of one person that loves shopping and would like to get up to 7% back.
Oh, my friend Jill, definitely. She's a Marks and Spencer shopper as well.
Oh, wonderful. So keep Jill in mind. Do you know anyone like yourself that cares about the environment?
Yeah, I have got a couple of friends actually that are a little bit like that. I've got someone called Julie and Tracy as well.
Fantastic. Oh, well, that's actually 2 people, but that's fine. 2's okay. I don't mind you giving me more. Okay. Do you know anyone that spends their life on social media on their mobile phone?
Oh, yes. A friend called Kelly.
Fantastic. There we are. And I'm sure in this awful crisis age we're living in, you know, someone that more money coming in would benefit. Now, look, you've mentioned in total 5 people. Now, £50 a time, that would actually be £250 off your bill. Fantastic. But let me show you something even more brilliant. We're growing fast, earn with UW as a partner, earn by helping others, earn from month 1 with our support and build financial security. So Joanna Lumley, in under a minute, is now going to explain to you. So Joanna Lumley plays. So look, extra income and long-term security. So Steve, I'm going to ask you, what's most important to you? Extra income, financial freedom, more spare time, have your own business, income in retirement, personal development, or leave a legacy?
Financial freedom.
May I ask you why?
Well, trouble is, we're not getting any younger. And obviously what's going on at the moment, I think if you've got money coming in and you're not able to work, at least you've got a bit of security there. Which,
Fantastic.
yeah, definitely.
And actually, I'm going to explain, when you have financial freedom, everything else falls into place because you don't have to worry about all the other stuff. Yeah. So let's now show you, because we're very transparent, how we earn our money. So first of all, we earn an upfront income. Introduce just 4 qualifying customers in a calendar month and you can earn £1,400 plus other bonuses. Now, what's a qualifying customer? There's somebody like yourselves that own their home, take at least one energy, at least one mobile and broadband, and we get £250. Now, it takes about an hour and a half. If you like to have a bit of a laugh and a joke together, it might take you 2 hours. Okay, but 2 hours for £250 is astonishing money. Now imagine setting aside 2 hours each week in a month. As you'll see, when you hit number 4, it almost doubles to £1,400. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, that's a mortgage and that's more, isn't it? A lot of money. Yeah. Now, let me ask you to prick your ears to hear the most sensational thing. Prior to meeting Kathy and all of hearing about this, can I ask you, have you ever heard of royalty income?
Yeah, it's a bit like when someone, I don't know, has a record and it gets played over and over again, different, they get a little bit off it, don't they? So yeah, I have.
Fantastic. I call it pop star money, Val.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm earning pop star money. So let's show you. We get paid every month an ongoing share of the bills from the customers introduced by us and our team. So let's go back to my bill and let's put some meat on the bones. Now, the great news is, because the shops pay that money and that goes down, we get paid on the pre-discounted amount. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, we generally earn between 3 and 5% every single month on a bill. So 19 years ago, I signed up for some services, did it once. Every single month, month after month, for 12 months a year, for 19 years, I've been paid a royalty of my bill. Now, I'm at about 5%, and that's about £7. Not bad, eh?
No, it's right.
Now, I've got hundreds of customers, and some of them pay me a lot more because they live in bigger houses. It's a percentage. But the essence of this is a lot of people doing a little creates a lot. And it says we earn a very small royalty from our team's customers. They earn their money and then we earn more. And so what happens over time, gradually your income grows exponentially as your team grows. And it's absolutely fabulous. So now I earn off of over 22,000 customers, growing every single day, whether I work or not. And it also allows for the hiccups in life. Now, I'm going to stop the share there because I want to see you clearly, Val. And I'm going to explain what a hiccup is. We all have them. We might decide to move away for a while and have some time out. We might decide that we want to go traveling. Sometimes hiccups are worse. I lost my lovely husband, my late husband, 6.5 years ago to cancer. And for about 3 years, I virtually did nothing at all. Without fail, every single month I got paid. And in fact, it continued to grow. Can you think of anything else where you don't work and you get paid? Isn't that astonishing?
No.
So going back now to this, it says here, what's best for you? Earn money as a partner, save money as a customer, or like most people, do both? You, Steve, which one?
What do you think?
I think
go
both.
for both. Yeah, go for
Both.
both.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Then I'm going to say to you, I know you want to do both, but why don't we? I know Kathy recommended this, and I know you've seen this, but would you like to actually see a comparison on your bills?
Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. So what we would do now, we'll click that and it will go to a screen, and it's a quoting screen, and I'm going to do a quote. Now, folks, because obviously you appreciate, I can't do it all in half an hour. So like I've done once before, it's what I call part 2 next week, and I shall run through that bit. But what I'm hoping you've seen is what I call the little phrases that I put in that brings one slide into another, and little things that make a difference. Like, do not ask somebody, do they shop in those places? You'll get, oh no, I never go to Clark's, they're far too expensive. Do you recognize these leading retailers? There's little phrases that are there that I've honed over the years, and I evolved, that has made this almost what I call flawless, because I've done it so often. A bit like Rob Barris says, if you only go to the gym once a month, you won't get a body like this. You've got to do it consistently, and then it becomes second nature. Like, actually, do you know, I've done it so often, I don't even have to look at the screen and see the writing. I know it that well. Okay. And that's how you want to be. So here's my giveaway. Who yet in your circle of life have you not actually had a practice on? I bet there are still some people you've not had a practice. And why don't you say, well, I've just had a coaching session, and actually I've learned some more things, and I really would like some practice. Would you mind being my guinea pig? Okay, because it's another way to reach out. So next week, I've actually given it away. We are going to do part 2. Okay. And if it's all right with you, Val, Steve, would you make sure you're on? And what I'll do is I'm going to send you a scenario. Okay. And we'll make sure that we'll make this as real as we can, as difficult as it is. All right. So everybody, please unmute. Has anybody got any questions?
Yes, I do, Lisa.
Go on, Lindsay. Go for it.
Just one, pick up something Val said, which is nothing to do with your presentation, but with the company at the moment. Val said customer service is important. She did not want to wait on the phone 5 minutes. Now you know how long it's been to get through on the phone these days. So could you please pass up the line that it is a bit frustrating when you have to hang on for half an hour.
Can I say to you, Lindsay, last week at Steve's leadership meeting, we had Justin Bazzino and some other head office people there. And Justin said they are absolutely, completely aware. Of course they are. What's going on? And let me explain, because it might put some emphasis for you to understand. I'm as frustrated as you. I have absolute empathy. It's almost doing my nutting, okay? But what's happened is the government has announced these huge price hikes, 54% 1st of April, 40% in October. I don't think people are aware. It's almost doubling. In fact, the average person on a 26,000 a year is going to be 3,000 a year worse off just on energy alone. Isn't that ridiculous? Okay. Yeah. So what it's done is it's actually created loads of customers ringing in. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And they are absolutely clogging up the phones, and they just can't deal with it. In fact, I believe energy is almost something silly like about 8 weeks behind on loads of stuff because of it. So they're asking us if we could try and have some understanding, and they are trying to bring more people on, but they can't put them on the phones before they're ready. And I would agree with that. Yeah. So in the meantime, if as a partner, you've got a burning question and you need to know and you can't get through, drop me a WhatsApp. And if I'm available, I will respond, because unfortunately, I've become a Wikipedia of UW and I know an awful lot. Okay. And I'm happy to answer your questions. Okay. So it will get better. I absolutely promise. And on that note, bear in mind, the customers that you're with, predominantly, please do not decide for them whether they're going to take a fixed rate or a variable rate. They must make the choice themselves. Otherwise, they'll hold you responsible if, in their opinion, further down the line, they made the wrong decision. You do not want to be the person that they have a go at. Yeah. I don't think there is a right or a wrong. It's dependent on their personal circumstances and their finances. In the last, at the moment, I'm doing nothing. My diary is full of supporting. All I'm doing is supporting. And all these appointments, most of them are taking the double gold variable because it's huge. But I am letting them know it is going to go up. But Utility Warehouse are guaranteeing, I'll emphasize that, guaranteeing that we are the cheapest across all 4 tariffs, and they're even ensuring that we're at least 5% under the price cap, so that we can have absolute confidence we are the best compared with the competition that's left. And by the way, on Saturday, 2 more companies went to the wall.
Yeah. Just to give you an example, we've got a friend that we've got to go and see that is on Eon Next, which I believe was right down the bottom of the chart when it came to worst and good of energy companies. And just out of interest, he sent us an email today to say how the the standing charge had gone up from something like 1920p to 56p. And so we all know that's going to happen, even to us. So we know that. So just out of interest, I did a quote on Eon Next on our yearly kilowatts. It came out almost double. It came out, we're 65 because we're only electric here. So we're £65 a month at the moment. It came out £122.50 a month on the same numbers. So we do know, just by doing that. And then when Steve found out that, yes, our standing charge is going up, he found out what it was.
Can I just say to you all, will you please hear what Val's just said there? And this is important. This is going to happen to everybody. Yeah. This is why we want to be earnest in saying to people, maybe when they've never considered it before and they think that their lives are far too busy, they ought to consider becoming a partner. Even if they only did 1 customer a month, there's another 250 quid there. That's a massive difference. I have just prior to this, literally only an hour ago, I've just brought in another partner, an existing customer I signed up in October, did their Bournemouth home. It was a referral from someone else in the block. Then she got me to sign up their London home. Now they're talking about sign up their restaurant in London, a Jamaican restaurant. And then they've also just purchased a shop down here, a gift and furniture shop, and they want everything for that. And I turned around and said, Trudy, this is so nice. You keep passing me business. But do you remember I said to you, I really think this is something. And she said, yes. So they came on. She brought her husband, Mel, who I met for the first time because they were in Bournemouth and we kept it to Zoo. And I went through the presentation on purpose, hear this out, even though she'd seen it. I went through it because he was there. And when we got to the end, I said to them, do you realise what's happened there? This is our job. That's what we do. I said, do you think you can read off some screens? And they both went, that's nuts. and Mel said, yes, come on, sign us up.
Wow.
Brilliant. So can you see
that
keeping that presentation and doing and explaining about compliancy gives you carte blanche authority that they can't say, oh, have you ever had it in the past? Look, cut with the flannel. All I want, give me the kilowatts, please.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think what you said at the beginning, Lisa, the takeaway from me again, what you said at the beginning, right at the beginning of the presentation, I know this presentation inside and out, and but what you said was there may be bits in it for you, but there may be bits in it for your grandson, or the bits in something else. And so I'm going, and that bit there gives you the excuse, if you like, to then go through all of it. And that's the bit for me. I've got a presentation in 45 minutes. I did one last week, and at the same time they go, oh, you must know this inside out, Fran, just give me the figures. And you go, no, I know, but there may be somebody else that wants it. And actually that's the one that is my takeaway from this. But Val, going back to what you said, the guy I looked at last week, we looked at the figures and he said, oh no, look, my EDF, it's still coming in about the same, fixed 145. I said, let's just have a quick look on the EDF website. So I went onto the website, we used their figures, we did the quote, and I said, it's saying 175, it's not saying 145. I think yours must be variable, not fixed. And he went back through it. He said, oh, it is, yeah. I said, right. I said, you can have our variable at 85, you can have our fixed at 145. He said, well, I'm paying 145 now, so I'll just pay that, but it's fixed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
okay. But thank you, Lisa, that bit at the beginning of what you said, I need that, because that gives me the excuse to not rush through it.
Brilliant. Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant. And by the way,
That's what I need.
hopefully my diction was good enough, because you do find you have to kind of really pronounce things when you're on Zoom because you're worried they can't hear. But that's important. And it's important enough to ensure that they see everything and that they are hearing what is written on the screen. Because I tell you what, sure as eggs is eggs, there ain't no way that most people are attentive. And if you don't, at the beginning of the Joanna Lumley video, say, watch it, she's going to tell you a load of benefits, because I'm going to ask you afterwards, what do you like best? Because otherwise they'll just switch off. They'll be in zombie mode.
Yeah, yeah. I did a bit at the beginning, Lisa, where you said, I'm going to run through this presentation because the company requires me to be compliant. I thought that's absolutely brilliant, because that really cuts through to people that you're going to tell them everything they need to know, and you're not going to try and hide anything, basically.
Now look, guys, I'm very aware. Oh, we've run 12 minutes over. I'm going to end it, because otherwise people will tell me off, okay, that it's not 30 minutes. So it's going to be on record, and I promise it will be there that you can repeat it if you want to go through different parts. Lovely to see you all. Love you all to bits.
Thanks,
Take
Lisa.
care.
Bye.
Bye.